I almost forgot. Okay, so the agenda for today is gonna be, so my part is with you guys is gonna be showing you guys how to set up your accounts correctly. Because I know a lot of you guys received the funded accounts emails. Y'all received, credentials. You're like, what do I do with it? How can I connect it? And so on. And I know when it comes down to back office, it does look simple, but there's a lot of details in it. So I'm kind of gonna walk you guys through the back office and kind of where you can find what, and where you can find Rich sessions, where you can find Brent sessions, where you can find their trades and so on. And then I'm gonna have my brother Rich and Brent take on, okay, walk you guys through different aspects of trading and how you guys can maximize your profits. Is that good? Can we do that? Can we do that? Yes, yes. And rule number 2, family, please be active in the chats because I love my chats active. Okay. So perfect. Now, you all should have by now, let me share my screen. Perfect. Beautiful. You all should have your login to Akashx now. Yes or yes? We all have this page. This is the main page. Perfect. Let me pull up the chat on the side just so we can see. And team, just so you guys know, we are going to walk you guys through this. And once we're all done, we are going to do a quick Q&A session. So if you guys have any questions, don't worry, keep them to the end and we'll get to answer them. All right. Now, when it comes down to your back office, right, you got to understand a few things. Number 1 is obviously connecting your account. What does that look like, Armin? What does that mean? So for those of you who have your funded accounts set up now, you should receive an email that looks something like this. Okay. By the way, these are my real credentials, so please nobody use them. Can I ask you guys to not use it? So these are my real credentials. But anyways, so it'll say, hello, Armin. Your account is ready. This is your email. This is your trader's password. And this is your server name. All right. Perfect. Now, the question is, Armin, where do I put these numbers? All right. It looks cute, but where do we put these numbers? So, my friends, right on the tab that you guys see on the left top side on your Akashx website, you guys will see a tab that says Getting Started. Okay. Getting Started. If you was to click this, okay, it's going to show you the onboarding, quick video we have for Akashx. And then right below it, you guys can see, the Akashx onboarding and then how to open new trades and so on your own. But don't worry about that. We'll get to cover that. But the most important aspect of this page is connecting your account. So this is where you guys connect your MT4, MT5 accounts. If you guys don't have this, you guys have Trade Locker. You guys can also connect your Trade Locker through this tab, okay? And here's what's going to happen. The same email you guys had, okay? The same email you guys received from TradexMastery. What I want you guys to do is drop it here. And then account password is the trader password you have. Also drop it here. Confirm your password. And then broker name is going to be TradexMastery. Okay, TradexMastery. Or if you guys have Trident Markets, it's the same rules. Now, once you guys do that, you guys choose your server. Okay, either one of them, whatever they told you guys to use. And then all is left for you to do is click connect. Okay. All you need to do after that is to say connect. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm not going to connect my real account, but here's what we're going to do. Once you say connect, here's what's going to happen. On your main page, for about 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to say connecting. And then after 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's going to show your account balance. And once it shows that, you're basically good to go. You are now connected. Okay. Your screen is not shared. Do you guys not see my screen? You guys do, right? Perfect. So anyways, now once you guys do that, it shows your account balance, and then you're good to go when it comes down to tap to trade. Okay, now taking trade alerts, I believe Rich or Brent are gonna talk about it, but that's as far as connecting your account goes, right? Now, obviously, when it comes down to your back office, there's a couple things as beginners I would recommend you guys pay attention to. Okay. And this is how I get my own people started. And I don't know if Rich and Brent agree. Obviously they can come on and give their own startup and how they get their people started. But I always make sure everyone goes through the academy section. Okay. The academy section, guys, is the platform tutorials. Okay. Like how to use MT4, MT5 on the iPhone, on Android, and so on. Not too important, just, platform overview on how to take a buy in MT4, MT5, and so on. Now, the important part starts when it says beginner education. Okay. Now, on beginner, these are 1 minute, 2 minute videos, straight to the point, no fluff, no BS, right away. What is what? What is forex? What's the most popular forex pairs? What are commodities? And so on. And can I tell you guys one thing? When I got started, I did not want to watch videos. But then I passed through these videos, the basic videos, and I'm like, this was the most boring part of trading. So this part, you guys must pass, my family, okay? In order to get to the real stuff. You know what I mean? Because sitting on the chart trading is cute. Trust me, it's beautiful. It feels amazing. But if you don't know the basics, if you don't know what a pip is, if you don't know what leverage is and so on, it's not going to help you guys a lot. Okay, you guys are going to get lost eventually. And these are 1-2 minute videos. Finishing this whole section, this whole beginner section, will probably take you an hour and a half, 2 hours nonstop. If you take notes, actually go through it, it probably takes you 3 to 4 hours. Okay, once in your lifetime, and you're done with it. Now, once you're done that, you can simply start following everyone's sessions. You'll understand what's going on in regards to pips, take profits, and so on. And if you say, you know what, Armin, I want to understand more, I want to learn more, I want to see what fundamental analysis is, I want to know what technical analysis is, I want to know what a trend is, and so on. Now, these are short videos explaining this stuff, right? Now, when you get to the trend lines and stuff, support, resistance, now you get to the juicy stuff in trading, okay? But obviously, like, I know Brent and Rich, they cover these fundamentals in their own sessions in a beautiful way, okay? So you guys watch this, obviously, you're not going to understand 100% of the things. I didn't. But then that's why we're here, to make sure you guys come on to our sessions, and we got you guys covered. So that's the academy part, right? You go through beginner, expert, and then crypto section, and then we have educated training series, which I believe Rich will cover. Yes, perfect. So that's about that, okay? And then we have live sessions, my friends, okay? When it comes down to live sessions, you guys can find it on the tab on your website or on your app, okay? So it's all cool. You guys can do both. Now, let's say I want to go watch Brent's session, okay? I'm going to click on Brent's picture, and then it's going to open this page for me. Now, obviously, when Brent is live, his video is going to show where it shows right now, where it shows black right now. And then you can simply write your name and join the chat and start asking questions. All right? Start asking questions, okay? So here's the deal. Let's say you all missed the session. You know what we do? We have everything recorded when it comes down to live sessions. So right under the live session tab, if you click on Brent's picture, you go under, you scroll down, you'll see all the live sessions he has done. And it says 2-0 live with Brent. He took 2 trades in that live session in front of everyone. Okay? You all can go watch that back. And I know he also tells you guys why he took that trade. So you're learning. You're taking the expert's trades, and he's telling you guys why he entered the trade. Okay? So that's basically that. Now, that's when it comes down to live trading sessions. And then I know Rich is the same thing. You click on it, you'll see his live video when he's live. And other than that, you guys can also walk through his live sessions. Okay. Now, that's that. Obviously, Rich, Brent, John, and Yoel, they focus a lot, and Matthew, they focus a lot in forex. Now, when it comes down to crypto, you guys have myself, okay, Armin. What a good looking guy, man. And then you guys scroll down, you guys will see all my sessions, everything I've done in regards to crypto, whatever I've given, all the calls I've done. And what I also do is I drop a trade every single call that I do live, and I tell you guys why I took that trade. And I'll also drop the same trade, understanding a lot of people can't join the live sessions at all times, in the trade ideas as well. So you guys can take it from there as well. Now, one more individual we have when it comes down to crypto, we have Todd. Okay, he also has his own videos when it comes down to crypto. So you guys are all covered when it comes down to live sessions and recorded sessions. Till now, does this make sense? Is this too complicated? Are we good to go? What's going on? Talk to me. You all talk to me. Yes, yes. Cool. Good. You're making sense. Beautiful. I'm good to go. Awesome. Now, when it comes down to trade alerts, okay, you guys can also find this on your application as well. We have a beautiful system where, let's say, Brent will come on, will say, you know what? I took this trade, NASDAQ, enter, perfect, sell, perfect. And then he'll come on and update you guys, say, you know what? We hit TP4, do this. We hit TP1, do this. So when it comes down to communication with our traders, including myself, we make sure that you're fully communicated and you understand what to do with that trade. Understand? So that's in trade ideas. You guys can come copy, all paste. I believe Rich and Brent are going to go over that. And then we have our tap to trade section. You don't have to worry about this as long as you've done the part that I told you guys in the beginning, which was to connect your funded or live account. Okay. Now, tap to trade, obviously in the application, you all should discover by now. You click approve and we are good to go. As long as your account is connected, it will calculate 1% risk and will put you guys in. Okay. And then when it comes down to tap traders, we have our traders' histories here as well. So you guys can go walk through them, see who's done what throughout this month, throughout the past month, and so on. Because we understand as a team that transparency is everything. Okay. So we want to make sure we keep it that way. And then we have, okay, here's the deal, right? Once you connect your account, you start taking a couple trades, you start hopping on live sessions, you're going to get to see our scanners, okay? And you're going to be like, Armin, I see these scanners, but I don't know how to use them. Perfect. This is why we have our educators walking you guys through these scanners on daily basis, okay? So all these scanners that you guys see on your chart, on your tab, they're all covered by a specific educator. All right. So you guys should be good in regards to that. And everything you guys see is what you guys see. This is exactly what it is. I'll give you trade ideas. Obviously, they'll walk you in a deeper training on how their scanner works. But this is where you find the scanners. And obviously, when it comes down to tools, I don't know why I got logged up. Perfect. And when it comes down to tools, and this is my favorite part, I'm not gonna lie, we have our calculators. Okay, now when you guys start trading and start doing your own trades, you guys are gonna know this risk management is everything. And we wanted to make sure we have everything in-house, okay? That you don't have to download another app for risk management, a different app for lot size calculation, nothing. So you guys can find your risk calculators from here as well, which I believe we have a video on how to go over these calculators, okay? And then we have the financial news, calendar, currency strength meter, trend analysis, and glossary, which kind of walks you through A to Z of everything that's about trading, okay? So if there's a word you guys don't know, perfect. Go and find it and you'll see the meaning, okay? So that's basically it when it comes down to your back office and how to connect your accounts. Are we good so far? You all talk to me. Are we good? It's easy, right? Yes, yes. Perfect. So my friends, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to pull your notes out, okay? Now, my part was the easiest part, okay? I made sure I choose the easiest part. So we have my brother Brent and Rich who are gonna come on and give you guys some value when it comes down to trading. So please do make sure you guys have a notepad, a pen, and relay the information twice. Don't just listen to them, but also take notes. All right. So who would like to go first? Rich?
Ready.
Brent. Perfect. My brother,
Yeah.
the floor is yours, man.
Thank you. Thank you. First off, let's drop some sevens for Armin for sure. Let's drop some sevens in the chat. Thank you, bro. Love the energy as always. Love the calls. Always on again. It's something that a lot of times I have to always say, right? And let everybody know. This part here, like, we're not getting paid for. Nobody's making us do this. Like, literally, we want to do this for you guys. Like, we're happy to be here, and it just shows the quality of not just Educator on the chats and building the teams, but as a person itself. And super excited, obviously, to meet you in person here. I'm here next week, so over there in Toronto. So it's going to be a blast for sure. But yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll get into it. This is going to be fun. So definitely take notes. Definitely take notes. We're going to go over 3 things, okay? The first one's going to be the hardest, how to take tap the trades. Most difficult thing, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to take tap the trades. I'm going to show you guys how to take trade alerts, and I'm going to show you guys how to take live trades. Simple, simple, and easy. I'm going to explain it the most simple, basic way. There's a ton of videos. There's a lot of different educators that do this different ways, but I'm going to show you a very basic, simple way that I do it. And we have onboardings, we have PDFs, we have a bunch of stuff for you guys to look at this as well. But I want to go into Trade Locker, which is where the majority of us are trading in itself, right? To show you a lot of how to do this. Cool. You guys are good? Good with that? You got your notes out? Drop some twos in the chat if you guys are ready. Drop some cut the notes, pen and paper. Let's get to it. So the first thing that we're going to look at, obviously the difficult one, which is tap the trade. So tap the trade, now that you've done everything that Armin told you to do, you went ahead, you connected your account will show connected, it'll show the amount, everything's good, you're connected. So you're going to get an alert in your phone. You're going to get a little ding, a little cha-ching. It'll say tap the trade. It'll say what it is. Once you open it, you'll be able to see that tap the trade. So the last one, for example, was Aurelie. She said her tap the trade, and it shows you the pair, buy, all the data, right? The entry, the stop loss, the take profit. You will see an expiration of 2 minutes. It'll say accept. When you tap accept, you'll get another window that'll tell you your 25K account, suggested lot is this much. Do you approve? You tap approve. Guess what? You're done. That's it. That's how you take a tap to trade. Simple as that. It's literally that easy, because once you do what Arvin told you to do, once you connect it, you are literally just tapping to approve. Now, here are some tips, right? Some tips coming from us, from educators and whatnot. Few tips. You have 2 minutes. So it's best for you to try to approve that as soon as possible. You want to keep an eye out on the chats, on the Telegram, all that good stuff. If you have an iPhone, when you download the Akashx app, I need to make sure that you accept notifications so you could get the notifications. If you're an Android does something for their own like protection where they don't want app developers or whatnot to be spamming you. So every time you open your Akashx app on an Android, and either you watch a live session, take a trade alert, you're having fun in the app, you take a tap to trade, whatever it is, make sure that you swipe up and close out the app. Because if you just back out and you go back into TikTok and you're just TikToking for a while and you don't get no notifications, it's because technically Android thinks that you're looking at the Akashx app, even though you're not. So it's something that Android does to protect you in a sense, which kind of sucks. Doesn't really protect you, right? Because we want to be spammed by Akashx, right? We want to get as many alerts as we want, as many notifications. So quick little tips on that part, right? Just to make sure you get every single notification. But that's really it. Like there's nothing else. There's nothing more than that than just tapping to approve. That's it. Simple as that. Now we're going to go into the fun part, right? Because now we're going to go into what you can actually do now manually inside TradeLocker. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is we're going to imagine here that we're already in a tap to trade. You approved it, and inside TradeLocker, you could see where the stop loss is, where the take profit is, your entry. And right down here, I'm actually going to take a quick little trade here just so you guys could see, right? I'm going to go ahead and click a little sell button. Okay. So you'll see here, okay, cool. I'm positive, I'm negative, whatever it is, right? So, okay, cool. I'm positive. You know what? The tap to trade hasn't closed yet. The educator hasn't closed it yet. The educator hasn't moved. Stop losses, none of that, but I'm good because all I want to make right now is $5 more for the day. Well, guess what? I'm going to click this little X that's right down here. You guys see the little X right underneath actions, and this will be on your phone. On your phone, all you have to do is click where it says trades on the top, and you will see your open trades and you will see your trades. All you got to do is click this X. Once you click on that X, it closes out the position. So even when you're in a tap to trade, if you want to exit that tap to trade, it's already in profits, you're happy enough with those profits, you can actually exit it. Currently, you can't move your stop loss, can't move the take profit, it's fine, but you could close out earlier. That's all I'm really have to touch on when it comes on to tap to trade. That's it. That's all you have to do. All you do is just tap, approve it. You could look at it if you want to on TradeLocker. It's in profits and it's good enough for you. Something that I always say, oatmeal is better than no meal. So if that's good enough for you, you could close it out. That's all. Easy, easy as that. Tap the trade in itself was obviously made with the intention to be very, like you just said, right? Very stress-free. Just go ahead, tap, you let us do what we got to do. You tap, you approve, and the educator that sends it is managing at that point, looking at the trade, saying, okay, do I move? Do I secure? Do I close? That's what we do. All you have to do is tap. But just know that you have that ability, if you would like to close it out a little bit earlier. Cool. All right, let's move to the trade alert side of things. You guys are ready? If you guys are ready for the trade alerts, drop some threes. Drop some threes if you're ready for the trade alert. Simple, simple, simple. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right. So, trade alerts. Trade alert comes out. We're going to go ahead and use this for example. Trade alert. You get a notification. You cash accept. Notification on the Telegram group. Bam. Educator, send out this trade alert. Go into the app and you're going to see that trade alert. So as you can see here, there's an EP, which means entry point, SL, which means a stop loss, TP, which means take profit. Entry point is is the point of entry. I don't know any other way to say it. Simple as that. Stop loss is literally that too as well. It's making sure when you are in a loss, it stops you out because you don't want to not have a stop loss and just completely go down, 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 and that's it, right? You want to have that kind of buffer, that point to say, hey, you know what? This is how much I'm going to risk. If it comes to this point, it's going to stop me out in a loss, which we call lesson. We don't call loss. TP is take profit. When the trade's in profits, we want to take those profits. Simple and easy. Now, there's different ways to do this, and I know Rich will touch more on the Educator Academy and that side, right? Because there's some educators that'll say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take one trade with a total amount of risk, and every time it hits a TP, I'm going to partial out. I'm going to take some profits off the table every time it hits a TP. There's other educators like myself that I will put my entry in for a TP1, it'll be one trade. TP2, a second trade. TP3, a third trade. TP4, a fourth trade. So I will actually open 4 trades for this one trade alert. Each trade goes with the same entry, same stop loss, but each trade, what it has differently is take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, take profit 4. How do we do that? So I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. We're on NAS. as you can see here, NAS 100, NAS 100. So we are in. What do we do? Okay, this is a buy, or the educator said sell, buy, whatever it is. I'm going to do a sell right now just for the example, okay? EP is 19,390. It's right there. Okay, cool. Perfect. It's right out there. And the educator said that the stop loss was 440. Okay, cool. So all that I have to do here is where it says sell and where it says stop loss, I put those numbers. Well, I could either go here and I could copy this and I could paste it right here, or I could type it, whatever is easier at that point, right? Whatever is easier at that point for you to do, you do. It's about making this simple as possible. You don't want to make this complicated. You want it to be simple. That's the stop loss. And then you put your take profit. Okay, my take profit one, the educator said that take profit one was at 380. Okay, so you just put 380, right here, 380. Again, you could go here and you could copy it, highlight it, copy, or on the phone, you actually tap it and it copies on the phone. And you could paste it or you could type it. Once you've placed what it is, you've gone ahead and put your stop loss, gone ahead and put your take profit. You're already more than halfway there into this trade alert site. Something that I like to say a ton of times, guys, you're going to go through phases in Akashx. Phase one typically is just tap the trade. All you're doing is tapping. Phase two, now you're going a little bit more into a situation of you are pressing, you're copying trade alerts, you're copying live trades, you're following the educator, right? You're playing Simon Says. So what I like to say is, technically you're not a trader yet, and I say it with the most respect, right? I say it because I don't want you to overwhelm yourself and be like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to take a trade alert. To take a trade alert, I'm going to need to study and do this and do that and do that, and it'll probably take me a year. And no, like all you are doing is manually taking these numbers and either writing them or copying and pasting them and put them in here. That isn't in the essence trading, right? It won't go to a point where you're like, okay, I saw Rich send this trade, it's a sell. I'm gonna go copy and paste it. I'm gonna take it and be like, oh, I know why. I see why Rich is selling because I see that based off his Liberty strategy. There's a supply, there's a demand, there's this, there's that. Okay, now you're more into that sense. So I say that so you don't overwhelm yourself. That's the last thing that I want you to do. Okay. Now, we took the trade, right? Trade's there, stop loss is there, take profit is there. Now, here's a key factor of how to know your risk. This is the favorite way for myself to figure out the risk. So let's say that this trade alert has 4 TPs, and I want to risk $200 in total for this trade. Well, I could see right here that at 0.01 lot, this one trade is risking me $50. And I plan on taking 4 trades, TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4. So 50 times 4 is 200. Perfect. That's the lot size. If for whatever reason it said 0.10, well, wait a second, I want to risk 200 and I have 4 trades to put. And this is risking me $550. You can see right here where it says PNL, right? PNL, do you guys see that? Do you guys see that PNL? Drop a PNL, drop PL, PL, PL on the chat, or just a P, whatever is easier. Cool. If you guys can see where on my screen it shows that. Right there. Right there, that tells you. So before you even go into the entry, before you click that execute button, you know what you're risking. So, okay, I said 200. So wait a second, I need to do 0.01. That's what I need to risk. Okay, perfect. That's $50. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that. Now you're in the trade. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, click this. You guys see that little triangle right here? I click that little triangle. Perfect. Click that little triangle right there. Click on the stop loss. Again, 440 is right there. That's what the educator said that the stop loss was. But now TP2, the educator said it was even farther than TP1. The educator said it was at 320. That's where TP2 is. So I'm going to put my take profit as 320. Perfect. And again, I'm risking a total of $200 on this trade, right? I already risked 50 on TP1, and I'm going to risk 50, as it says right here on PNL. I'm risking another $50 on TP2. And now I'm in same trade alert, but I have TP1 and I have TP2. I still need TP3, right? Again, a little triangle, stop loss. My stop loss is 440. That's what the educator said. And now take profit 3 is even farther down. It's going to be 300. That's what the educator said. I'm risking $200. I'm 2 trades in, 50-50. So I'm going to take another one for another $50. So now I'm $150 in risk and I have 3 trades, but there was 4 TPs. So one more time the triangle, one more time sell, one more time the stop loss. It's at 440. And then TP4 is 250. That's what the educator said. So I'm going to go ahead and place that. And again, my P&L is $50 at 0.01 lot for this particular trade because it'll always change, right? So for this particular trade, my 0.01 is at 50 and I'm going to take this. So now I have successfully went into a trade alert. I took the 4 TPs with the stop loss and I placed 4 trades, all with the same stop loss, but different take profits. Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, take profit 4. And if all of these go to stop loss, I'm going to take a lesson of what I said I wanted to, of a total of $200. It's not $200 each. I said, hey, based off my trading plan, I want to risk $200 and I'm taking 4 trades. So I have to divide 200 by 4. And each of those trades need to be a 50-50-50. And again, how do you do that? By simply going right here on Trade Locker, and this is on the phone too, guys. Go into the little triangle. You set whatever your stop loss wants to be. And then your lot size right here will tell you your P&L what that is. With 0.01 lot, at this stop loss, where I'm at right now, I would be risking $41. I want to risk $80 on this trade. Well, let me put 0.02. And then that will be a risk of $80 at that point. That would be the difference, right? It's that simple. That's all you have to do at that point. So that's why I love using Trade Locker for this. Not that a calculator is bad, but just I like doing this because it's so much easier for me to visually see. I'm visually doing it myself, right? So that's how you place a trade alert. Again, this will be recorded. You can watch this again. Rich will go over more of our Educator Academy videos where you can find more stuff like that. But so far with this, I know it was quick. I know it's the first time you might be seeing this, but if this makes even a little bit of sense, drop some ones in the chat, please. Drop some ones in the chat. Awesome. I start seeing the ones. Perfect, 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 perfect. So now we know how to take a tap to trade, right? Thanks to Armin. Right now, he showed us how to connect our accounts. And now we get the notifications and we just go ahead, tap, we're in the tap to trade. We know inside Trade Locker, if we want to exit a trade earlier, we know how to do it. Now we click the little X to exit out a trade earlier. When a trade alert is sent, now we know where to place the stop loss. We know where to place the TP. Either if you take multiple trades or if you just take one, whatever that is, that's on a personal preference. But we know now where to place that. And we know how to quickly figure out your lot size to your P&L, right? How you could find inside Trade Locker, what lot size should I use for this trade? Trade Locker tells you what lot size you should use for this trade in a sense, because based off the lot size and the P&L, you will know before you take that trade. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over another very difficult part. I'm going to take like an hour of your time right now. So guess what? Live trades. You do the exact same thing. That's it. So in a live trade, you're in a session with the educator, and the educator says, hey guys, I'm looking for a sell right now, guys. I'm looking for a sell. Once it comes around 19,400, I'm looking for a sell, and I want my stop loss to be around 440. So my entry, get ready, guys, get ready. We're gonna sell NAS when it comes at 19,400. Stop loss will be 440, okay? Get ready. You need to know what you're risking. Okay, man, I'm ready. I want to risk right now in this trade just like $40, around that ballpark, around $40 or so. That's it. Hey, okay, cool. So 0.01 will be that. Or hey, you know what? I want to risk more. I want to risk 80. So I'm going to put 2. All right, perfect. I see what it is. All right, awesome. All right, guys, get ready for it. We're going to get ready to sell now. And the take profit is going to be 300, guys. Okay, cool. Take profit 300. But okay, guys, get ready. All right, it touched our 400, guys. We're in. You're in a live trade. That's it. That's it. And I know it makes a lot of people super nervous, like, oh my God, I can't trade. This is so hard. No, yes, guys, trading is not easy. It's the easiest, most difficult thing to do in the world. I know Rich has been in this for 6 years. I know Armin has been, I think, for around that time. I've been in it for 5 years. We didn't just do this out of nowhere yesterday, but this part here is just clicking buttons. It should not intimidate you guys. It should not freak you out. Something that I recommend, right? If you have, for example, a 25K account, which I know the majority of you do have right now, for your first maybe session or two, your first trade alerts or two, just do a 0.01 lot. You guys are going to risk maybe $10, $20 on a trade to make maybe $10, $20. I understand it's not going to get you to your goal to get funded, pass your accounts, all that stuff, but at least you start throwing a little bit in there. You start getting your hands in the mix there. Like, okay, let me start taking these trades. Yes, your lot size might, based off the lot, based off everything, maybe it should be at a 0.50, but just do a 0.01. Just to get in there and start doing it. Like most likely at a 0.01 on gold, on mass, for what the stop loss that the majority of educators place, you shouldn't be risking 5-10% of your account at a 0.01 on a 25K account. But even better, like I said, right here, and I'll go over that one last time and then I'll pass it to Rich. One last time, right here on this little triangle, when you click on the triangle and you place your stop loss, it'll tell you on the P&L how much you're risking. So if you're in a live trade, you're in a trade alert, and you're about to put a trade and it says 8,000 here, you might not want to click sell, right? You might want to be like, wait, my lot size, I think it's a little bit too high. Let me go ahead and lower my lot size. Let me find the right one that I want to do. Let me find that right number of, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the trade that I want to take. This makes a little bit more sense for me to take. Okay, cool. That's what I want to risk. And then you take it. So now we know again, trade alerts, live sessions, basically the same thing, right? Trade alerts, live sessions, we know in Trade Locker where to find your P&L. We know what lot size should I use. It tells you in your P&L. And tap to trade, like I said, all you have to do is just tap to trade. Literally, that's why it's called tap to trade. Shout out towards to Marianne as well. Rich Life of creating the tap post profit, something you guys have to definitely do, right? It's simple. Tap the trade, you tap post profit, you go ahead and post those results and everything on Instagram and everything, the whole nine, which we'll touch that at the end. But that was my part, guys. That was my part. Just wanted to show you guys very quickly there. There's more tips and tricks that we do in our live sessions. Again, Rich is going to touch right now more the Educator Academy, where you can find a little bit more of our particular strategies, all that good stuff. So I'll pass that over to you, Rich. But thank you guys for my part here. You're up, Rich.
All right. Sorry, I was replying to some of the questions in here. I know we're going to have a Q&A towards the end of this call, but I just know that some of those questions are going to get lost in translation. So I was a keyboard warrior right now, but I am here. Let's go ahead and spotlight. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to this onboarding call. Shout out to Armin and Brent for doing an amazing job of kicking this off with understanding our back office, understanding trade alerts, tap to trade, etc. For my portion, guys, before we head into the Q&A, which I know is going to be everybody's favorite part here, I'm going to cover something I love, which is the Educator training series. So how to learn our strategies and actually become a great trader yourself, if that is one of the goals you have. And then also understanding TradexMastery, since we are in promo time, and I know that that is a little bit intricate with the rules, not violating the account, etc., etc. So I'm going to be swift. I know we've been on here for a while, but if you guys are with me, if you guys are still awake, taking notes and locked in, let's get a quick 777 in the chat. Let's get a quick 777 in the chat, and we're going to keep it moving here. All right. And yes, this is recorded. So if you guys have team members or people that do not have this, are not able to be here, we're going to make sure that they can get this information. We do rotate a lot of onboarding calls in general, though, guys. So always stay in tune with the chats. Just have communication with a mentor. At the end of the day, if you guys are communicating with the people that know what they're doing, such as the educators that you've heard speaking today, as well as you're ranked leaders, there's no way you won't know how to do something. So before I get into the final piece, I just want to tell you guys from a mindset perspective, you have every single thing you need to be successful as everybody else. But if you stay quiet, if you stay on the sidelines, if you don't communicate, you're going to fail. I'll tell you straight up. You need to communicate and use the team environment. If not, you should have stayed on YouTube. All right. I'm very hard when it comes to this stuff because I want you to win. You're not going to like step in here and just win by accident. You have to be very intentional with the directions that Armin and Brent and myself are giving you. All right. So let's get straight into it. Educator training series, user.akashx.com. You guys will not be able to see this if you are looking at the app. The app right now is exclusively for the trade alerts, tap to trade, and the live sessions. That's it. All right. When you go to the actual website, which you can do on your phone, if you just go through the web browser or your desktop, iPad, whatever you got, that is how you can access the full back office for Akashx, including the scanners, the resources, tools, and then the academy, which is what I'm going to talk about super quickly. All right. So academy section, Armin touched on it at the beginning. There is a beginner section. There are sections where you can learn the vocabulary, terminology, basics, etc. Now, something that was a game changer that really got me excited as an educator to be on the face of this platform is the fact that we can customize the content based on our experience and way of seeing the market. And that is going to be the Educator training series. So when you go on Academy, you're going to see Educator training series. Now, some of these videos where it's like, you know, beginner or whatever, these are like pre-recorded general content videos that will get the job done. But I know some of us, like, we start to build a relationship with the educators. We start to like want to learn from the people we're taking trades from. This is exactly why we created the Educator training series. So there are some basic stuff that we cover as well. So you'll see Bren, first one there. All right. We got Joel crushing it. Myself, I mean, I'm not going to go through each educator because we know and love them all, and they all are amazing in their own right. But you guys will see that every educator here, Armin right here, you're going to be able to find their strategy, the way that they trade. Okay. So Brent mentioned when you step in, you're brand new, you're just going to be focused on tap to trade. All right. You can do that for a while. Just approve trades, kind of get the fear out of the way, get the anxiety out of the way of a new industry, something maybe it seems risky or you're scared, whatever the case is. Once you get into a couple of trades and you start approving trades, you're going to start getting the itch of like, man, these trade alerts that Brent, Rich, and all these people are sending, like, they're hitting. I want to learn how to take the trades. Brent just showed you. You can rewatch this onboarding over and over and over. You can also find Brent talking more about it in his Educator training series, a little bit more in depth on trade alerts as well. And build on that. But at some point, which is not going to be everybody, I know some of us here, we already have a business, a job, something that we committed our lives to, but we want to make some money with Akashx. Fine, leverage tap to trade, leverage trade alerts. But I know some of us here want to become the next great trader. If you want to become the next great trader, I want you to drop a fire emoji in the chat. I want to see how many people have that goal set for themselves. And if that's not your goal, that is completely fine. We built this platform to make it simple for like the most disengaged person to still somehow squeeze money out of the market. All right. But I will say the people that really want it are going to get exponentially crazier results. It just is what it is. When you dedicate yourself to a craft, you're going to be better than other people, right? All right, cool. I love it. I love it. So guys, look, education is going to be the key. And the only way you're really going to become a great trader, not just by always copying and pasting from somebody else. I highly encourage you to do that forever. Take the trades. These are quality trades from experts. But like, don't be afraid to be on a demo account and take your own trades over time, right? You don't have to become an expert in a week, in a month. I wouldn't even say in your first year. I would tell you right now, for you to get really good on your own, you're going to need multiple years in the industry. It just is what it is. You can't cheat the rule of 10,000 hours, right? So that is why you want to leverage tap to trade, trade alerts, etc. So you can make some money while you give yourself the grace to learn at your own pace. Some people are phenoms. They'll pick it up a lot quicker. but just know it does take, on average, many years for you to become a pro trader. So demo account, small live account, pick an educator, pick a strategy that makes sense to you. And hey, look, you're probably going to change strategies over time. I didn't trade how I traded day one, how I trade right now. So you might gravitate towards Brent's strategy and then switch to Armin's style and then switch to my style and then switch to Joel's style. Like, it's okay. At some point, you're going to find what makes sense to you and you can build on that. But again, we all have our way of trading. There's not a one shoe fits all way of seeing the market or doing things. You have to find something that clicks for you based off of what time of the day are you available to trade, because there are different sessions where different markets move more. Brent and I, we trade early in the New York session in the mornings between like 8 to 12 p.m., 8 in the morning to 12 p.m. That's our window. We saw that we both called amazing NASDAQ trades today that were complete banger type of trades, and we're done for the day. I'm not looking at any more charts. I don't really care to like send anything else because I made my money during that window and we're done, right? So that is the freedom of trading when you find your style. So Educator training series, usually there's about 10 videos on here. We'll do like an intro so you get to meet us, you know, who we are. We go over Trade Locker, Tap to Trade, a couple different things, brokers, prop firms, and then we get into basics. And then my, you know, way of doing things, I have a Liberty strategy that I teach on my live sessions. Like Armin mentioned, we all stream live at different times of the day, different days of the week, where we show ourselves either live trading or covering our setups and the way that we do things, right? So this is how the Educator training series looks. Again, all of your favorite educators have their respective videos. So again, you can see Brent's videos right here. I can go back and we got Armin here as well. Oh, Armin's gonna probably upload some to his academy. I didn't realize he didn't have any up here yet. But you guys can catch his live sessions and he will obviously explain his way of doing things as well. But for the most part, all the educators have their content in the Educator training series. All right. So very simply put, you know, the magic is in plugging into that. You can rewatch those videos a million times until it starts clicking for you and you start getting confidence in taking trades by yourself. Now, let's go over TradexMastery, and then we're going to go into the Q&A. All right. So when it comes to TradexMastery, and again, we're probably going to have to expand into this on the Q&A, which is totally fine. Guys, TradexMastery is our official partner here within Akashx. A prop firm, for those that don't understand, is simply let's just call it a firm, a company that provides capital to traders that can prove that they understand what they're doing, just to keep it very simple. You have a company, they have money, they want to make more money. So how do they do that? Well, we'll put money in your hands if you can show us you know how to trade, and we'll split profits. Simple. That's the easiest way to explain what this is. So your job is to prove that you know what you're doing. Now, you don't have to know what you're doing if you're leveraging the trades from Tap to Trade, if you're leveraging the trade alerts, etc. So as long as you're able to manage your account property is what matters. So with TradexMastery on their front page website, you scroll down and you're going to see that there are two phases. Really quickly, this is how we filter out people who get lucky and gamble versus people who are consistently profitable traders. Number one is the evaluation phase. You need to grow your account by 10%. So if you have a 25K account, you need to make $2,500. If you have a 50K account, 5,000. 100K account, 10,000. So I want you to already from day one, I want you to listen to me very clearly. Do not have a money mindset, have a percentage-based mindset. I'm gonna say that one more time. Do not have a money-based mindset, have a percentage-based mindset, because you're not being evaluated on a dollar amount, you're being evaluated on performance. So yes, we're doing this for money. We want to have purchasing power to pay our rent, a car, vacations, etc. But in the trading space, you only matter when it comes to percentages. So when you're taking trades, people are going to ask, and I know you're going to expand on this, how much should we risk per trade on our challenges, et cetera, et cetera. Look, every educator is going to have their way based on their trade alerts and Tap to Trades on what they recommend. I will say the easiest rule of thumb is there's no way you should be risking more than 1% on a trade when you're doing these prop firm challenges. There are people that risk more than 1% that have been doing prop firms for many years and are very aggressive and know exactly what they're doing. But if you're a novice trader and you are still in your first couple of years or whatever the case is, if you stick to under 1%, you're going to be okay. You're not going to burn it, etc. So we'll expand on that in the Q&A. But just a rule of thumb, you know, stick to under 1%, you should be okay. Once you make 10% profit, then you will be asked to do it again, but it's only half the goal. It's 5% instead of 10%. So it's a little bit easier in terms of the goal. All right. But again, they do that because they don't want to make sure that you didn't just get lucky in phase one. They want to see that you can do it again. Now, in the process of you reaching these goals on those evaluation and verification phases, you're going to have a max loss of 10%. So you're given the grace of going under 10% to make that 10% on phase one. Same thing for phase two. You can actually still have the max loss of 10%, but you're only trying to make 5%. The only other stipulation with the drawdown is that there is a daily drawdown limit. So overall, you cannot lose 10%, but in one single day, you cannot lose 5%. So if you are down anywhere, I would say like around 2 to 3% for whatever reason for the day, you need to stop. I don't want anybody getting to 4.5, 4.8%. There's no reason. There are so many trades every day, all day, 24/5 for the last year and a half that Akashx has been around, and it will continue to be that way. So don't try to make this one trade alert or this one tap to trade be the one that just gets it done for you. Have some patience. There's going to be a lot more trades. So there's no reason for anybody to be getting close to daily drawdown violation. Okay, cool. So no 5% loss in a day, no 10% loss. If you fail the challenge because you hit the daily drawdown or you hit the max loss, you lost your account. It's not the end of the world. I'm going to tell you that right now. I want to ease your mind. We all want to win. We all want to pass it. We all want to get paid. But if you fail this challenge, I need you to be mentally tough to realize most people that do not have Akashx, mentorships, trade alerts, they're failing challenges every 5 minutes across the world in all prop firms. It happens. I have failed multiple challenges. I'm sure every educator that has ever traded has blown an account, lost a challenge, etc. I'm not saying this to put into your mind that you're going to fail or that you're going to lose money because you're taking great trades from great educators, etc. But I want you to come in without that fear, and I want you to trust the process if you use proper risk and you take our trades. All right, if that makes sense, let's drop a 1 in the chat. I want everybody here to think positive and think smart. It's not just about being positive, it's about thinking smart as well with how we approach this challenge. All right, cool. So other small rules that we need to pay attention to. You can customize your prop firm experience with TradexMastery once you pay for an account because you have the ability to change 2 main things. Number 1 is the ability to take trades during news events. I'll expand on that. The second thing is holding trades during weekends. So what does that mean? Well, if you got started with the challenge account during the promo, or if you bought an account and you didn't pay to be able to trade news and the weekends, you need to avoid doing those things because that will prompt you to fail the challenge. I'm gonna say it again. If you trade news and if you hold a trade through the weekend, you're violating the terms and conditions and you will fail the accounts. Now, I don't want to, it's not complicated. It's not insane to understand what to avoid, right? So let's look at it. If we go to the terms and conditions on the bottom of TradexMastery and we pull this up, we're going to scroll to page 7. Significant releases and events. It's the trader's responsibility to have all the positions with the associated symbols closed no later than 2 minutes in advance of the economic release and 2 minutes after. 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after. Okay, so it tells you what the news releases are. Non-farm payrolls, retail, CPI, PPI. Now, some of you guys are like, bro, what is that? I don't know what any of those things are. we use a website called forexfactory.com. Now, before I expand on that real quick, because I don't want to take up too much time, you're gonna ask, well, do the educators already like take that into account when they send the trade alerts? We are very aware and very careful to trade during news. Like, we basically don't do it, but at the end of the day, not everybody is doing a challenge account, right? Not everybody is trading on a prop firm. So there are times where I know, for example, Brent likes to trade news sometimes on his live sessions, but he's very clear on telling you on the live session to do it or not do it based on whether you have the account or not. So rule of thumb, me and Brent every Sunday, we do a Sunday market outlook call and we go over the week's trades. The week's news releases that we need to be aware of. So for example, 7:30 a.m. Central, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, we have unemployment claims in the morning. If we go to the terms and conditions, we will see red folder news. So you have like PMI, you have GDP, you have PPI, CPI, retail sales. You want to make sure GDP, all of these things, you need to be sure that they're not listed on there. So the easy way to know is if there's a red folder, like you see PCE, PI, unemployment claims, those are red folder events. You need to steer away from the red folder events during that 2 minutes prior, 2 minutes after. So if you're in a trade from the day before or hours before the news, right, you need to close it by 8:28 a.m., for example, like 2 minutes prior to the news event. Same thing if you're going to be, in a trade, you got to wait 2 minutes after the news release. So if we trade the news, it has to be after 8:32. The reason why this is a thing, so you can understand and be like, why is this so complicated? Is because people like to manipulate prices whenever there's a spike, right? So in order to basically prevent cheating, or like people that are gambling the accounts that know that sometimes during these news events we'll get a crazy spike, what people will try to do is jump into like a really strong lot size and just try to catch a spike and then get out of the trade. That's not trading, that's cheating. That's exploiting the system. So remember, guys, prop firms are businesses. They need to protect themselves as well from people that are frauding them. So that is why you cannot trade 2 minutes before and after a news event unless you pay for news. If you pay the price to play that type of game, then go ahead. But for all those that have the prop firm challenges that don't pay for the extra features, avoid that. Very simple. Now, when it comes to the weekend, you have to close your positions no later than 2 hours prior to the market closing on Friday. So the market closes at 5 p.m. Eastern on Fridays for the weekend. You cannot be in a position at 3 p.m. So by 3 p.m., you need to be out of the market. 3 p.m. Friday, just Friday. Now, the only other thing that is considered a weekend is if you have a time where the market closes for more than, I believe, 2 hours, which is like those holidays like Christmas, New Year's, like certain things that you're trading that the market, like you'll see the trade locker account, like it just doesn't move, like the price doesn't move for hours or days. That is a violation. So in general, guys, very simple. You don't trade after 3 p.m. on Fridays. And you don't try to trade on Christmas or Thanksgiving or like, New Year's Day. Like don't trade. There's so many other days to trade. Just avoid those days. All right. Again, you're going to have the community chat. We're literally talking on our Telegrams all day. So if you have doubts, just let us know. We'll clear it up for you on that specific day, specific news release. If you get scared, that's fine. I'm just letting you know ahead of time to be prepared. Okay. For the most part, guys, that's really it when it comes to like the main things to focus on with the prop firm. Just keep your risk to like a very conservative, less than 1% per trade. Don't trade weekends. So you're going to say, oh, what about Sundays? That's fine. Like the market is open after Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's different. I'm talking about you can't be in a trade and then the market closes and you're seeing your trade locker account like frozen there for 2 days until Sunday it opens back up, if that makes sense. So as long as you don't do that, you're good. And not trading news. All right. So that's as far as the terms and conditions for TradeX. Again, they have their own customer support chat. You know, at the end of the day, TradexMastery is not me, Brent, Armin, Akashx. It's a partner company. So certain things that you might have an issue with, if you haven't gotten your credentials or whatever the case is, they have a support team. You can reach out to them, whatever, and they should be able to help you out. Okay. All right, cool. So that covers the prop firm and that covers the educator training series, guys. So we're going to open this up to Q&A. I know that Armin and Brent stepped out for just a second and waiting for me to finish up my part here, but they should be back in just a sec. So for now, I can backpack the Q&A until they get back. So we'll definitely open that up for you guys. So if you have any questions, let's go ahead and drop them in here and we'll get straight to them. All right. All right, I got Brent back too. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to co-spotlight him. And I'm going to co-spotlight Armin once he gets back. All right. So we got a question. Can we customize the app to only get tap to trade alerts instead of trade alerts? That is a great question. So when it comes to like modifications on the app, website, etc., Josh Zuego and Jenna are CEOs of Akashx. Shout out to them for creating such an amazing space for us to win together. They are very adept when it comes to technology and innovation. Like, I'm not just saying it to sound cool. Like, they really are so great when it comes to adapting and listening to your guys' feedback. And so I bring that up because, Mike, we are getting that feature to customize the type of notifications you're getting soon, but I do not have a date for you. I'm going to be honest with you. It's just something that they're trying to roll out. I know that Josh, when it comes to tech stuff, especially, like, if it can be done quick, it's done tomorrow. But if it's not, it's because there's people, developers, things that have to happen. Apple and Android, they have any changes you do to apps, they have to approve them on the back end of their company. So it's not just Akashx, it's about Apple and Android approving any changes as well, in case you guys didn't know that about apps. So yes, that is coming. That is coming. For now, it is not a thing. Also, guys, keep in mind, when it comes to notifications, I know some of us, it just is what it is. You're not going to get notifications, especially if you're on an Android. There's battery optimization settings. We can kind of connect with you privately if you're having those issues to like make sure that your battery settings are not preventing notifications from coming through. That has been something for Android people specifically that they've had to deal with a bit, unfortunately, for now. But we also have the Telegram channel, all right? So you guys want to make sure that when you're on Telegram, all right, because we haven't really talked about that here. I'm assuming most of you guys have gotten links for like some of these chats. When it comes to the Akashx official Telegram, you need to make sure you are on this Telegram. We are doing alerts and updates on everything that we do, not just on the app, but also on here as a backup and a secondary visual with more interaction, so you can see what's happening. This has live session reminders. It has like the onboarding heads up, as you can see here. Any alerts that we see on the tap to trades, trade alerts, all of that is done on the app, but also on the Telegram. So I highly recommend being very in tune to Telegram. So make sure you're on that. The other chat is Akashx official community. If this thing loads, where we have a couple of different drop-down menus, such as welcoming people in, starting here, help, tap to trade, ask the educators, etc., etc. So that is a great chat to have as well for interaction with the community. All right. So Akashx official community chat and also the official Telegram as well. What? Okay, hold on. We got a lot of questions here. All right. So Brent, I don't know if you want to talk about some of these. So
yep. And I'll definitely say right before when you were I'll add to what you were saying, right? The Akashx official community chat. Make sure you get with your sponsor, your upline, to get the right link, because there is one that looks just like it. That's not it, guys. One important thing to know: in none of these Telegram chats, educator, corporate, especially the owners of the company, are never going to say, hey, send me money to this Bitcoin address and I'll do this, that. It's not going to happen, guys, right? So make sure that you get from your sponsor, your upline, the correct one. Yes, so I know the 2-minute prevents a lot of swing trades. Correct. So if you are a swing trader, then you want to get the news trading. And that's what I recommend, in a sense, like, hey, when I have people doing my team, get the news event, even if you don't plan on trading news. Because we're human beings. as much as you plan your day out as you're supposed to, saying, hey, I already know before I go to bed what news happens tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to put these in my calendar reminders as alerts on my phone so I can remember because I'm responsible about my account and I'm going to do that, right? Wink, wink. I'm going to make sure I do that. But there's times where things happen, right? So it's best to just have it in case you forgot to close a trade that was already open. Well, guess what? You had it. It didn't affect your trade, thankfully. Cool, awesome. Your account's there. So if you plan on swing trading, get yourself the news and maybe even the weekend, just to be able to hold that trade over the weekend, to be honest.
It's worth
But
the extra money. It's not really that much money extra. I think it's always like an extra 10%. But when
10%.
you're doing the withdrawals, like it pays itself, guys. So I personally like the add-ons as well. But I know that we got a lot of people that came in during promo that didn't even have the ability to choose that, which, I mean, guys, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Like, we got free accounts here, right?
I have the perfect solution to that too, right? As you're going through and you're being responsible and you're watching the sessions, you're tapping in, and next thing you know, you become funded and you get that first withdrawal in 8 days. Guess what? You're going to use it to buy a second account, and that second account, you're going to put all the rules on it. And then guess what? You're going to go through the same process one more time and you're going to have both accounts funded. You're going to make one withdrawal on each account. And then you're going to hit up TradexMastery. Hey, TradexMastery, I have this account. I have this account. I need you to bring this account over here. So instead of a 25, I want one that's just 50. By the way, I paid for a news add-on. Okay. So the 50K will have new. Yeah. Well, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Done. Solution. So it's cool. And I always recommend to have two accounts anyways. But more importantly, guys, it's like we've said before, to responsible. How serious about this? Like if you're serious about wanting this life and you really want this, then you know that the day before you're going to go to Forex Factory before you sleep and you already know what news is happening the next day. And if you're completely new to this, you said, hey, you know what? Let me use my phone. Let me get off TikTok a little bit. Let me get off my phone. Let me put on my phone. Okay, at 7:30 news happening. So I need a reminder 15 minutes before. Close all trades, news. So next thing you know, I'm in my world, my phone dings. Oh, I have 15 minutes to go. Hurry up and close it. I have 13 minutes to do it, right? So it's just little stuff like that. But okay, going to it. So yeah, that answers that one. That answers that one. News, Android. Yeah, thank you, Jason. Battery optimization. If you're an Android, turn your battery optimization off. It's one of those things, as I mentioned from the beginning, too.
How can we take a trade?
I'll answer that Val one and then I'll pass it on if you want to. So Val, just because I know I take a lot of trade alerts like that. So when I was going through that trade alert side of things, you can do like I do, where I take 4 individual trades, TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, and I divide my total risk by 4. You can do that. The other way would be to do it is saying, I'm going to put my stop loss. I'm going to put whatever lot size needs to be for my risk, and I'm only going to put TP4. So it's one trade. And when the trade's going up and it hits TP1 and it's alert TP1 and everybody's celebrating because they have money, you want to do the same thing. So you would go into your trade locker, hit that little triangle thing, and it says edit. And there next to the X, there's an X with like little things around it. That's called partial close. And now you start taking profits and you move your stop loss. So you can have just one trade too. It's a personal preference thing. I just like seeing a lot of trades. It gets me more excited when I see 4 trades, even if it's less of amount, and it just gives me more of a rush than just seeing one with one big amount. But yeah, it's to each their own.
So we got a question here. What percentage size per trade should we take on firms for each TTT and trade alert? I don't know if Armin, you want to touch on that since we haven't heard your voice in a bit.
What percentage size per TTT should we take on firm? What I recommend you guys do is on your lives, I recommend keeping the 1%. That's cool. You guys are good to go. But on your funded, I tell all my people go 0.3% risk. So I don't know if you guys
0.03.
Yeah, 0. Yeah, 0. No, bro, 0.
A third of a percent.
Yeah, a third of a percent.
So he's under 0.5%. So he's
under
at 30%. Yeah, under 0.5%.
Yeah.
Because for me, bro, it's like throughout the month when we look, Brent killed it, Rich killed it, Armin did these things in crypto. But then when people want to pass it in 2 days, bro, that's when it gets messed up, you know? Because that's what people want to do. They're like, 25K, it's a demo, I want to go live quick. So Brent said go, Brent said buy, so I should buy, right? I trust him. And then they go in, news hits, something happens, and it just doesn't go our way, bro, which is cool, which is what happens. So make sure you guys do it in a way where if you have a bad day or two, doesn't affect you. You're like, I'm cool, no problem. I'm down 1%. We'll get back, no issues.
Yeah, I would expand on that, guys. Look, it comes down to this. You have to look at who you're taking trades from, because at the end of the day, we have a lot of educators and a lot of trades. So if you take absolutely every single trade, don't ever look at the profit potential. Look at the risk you're taking on. Because at the end of the day, we don't guarantee any profit on any single trade because we don't know what the market is going to do. I saw Rich ask the question, says, why did we have a bloodbath today? Number one, that's a very general question. I have no idea what that means. But in general, like, I could lose 2 trades in a row, and that's really not a big deal at all. Brent can lose 2 trades in a row, not a big deal at all. But what if we both have those 2 losses in the same day? Now for you, that's 4 losses in one day, and that's just 2 educators. So it's about understanding your total risk that you're taking on a daily basis and adjusting your percentages based off of that. So if you know, hey, I'm only taking trades from, let's say, the 3 educators on this call, because I don't want to do it too much right now. And then over time, I'll add this educator, that's fine. But guys, you have to treat this like a business, okay? Like, this is a money-making opportunity. You can't just like click on every trade and put whatever lot size and expect to just make money. It does not work that way. Even with tap to trade, making everything simple, you still got to be responsible. So have a plan, work with your upline, work with your mentor, talk to us educators like we're doing right now to have a real business plan. If you know you're planning to take 5 trades in a day and you're risking 1% per trade, you don't know if all 5 lose. It's very possible, because what if you're taking 1 trade from 5 different educators? You can't flame the educator for losing 1 trade. But if 5 lose that 1 trade, now you're down 5% for the day and you fail your account. That's why you got to do what Armin is saying. Split the risk to like 0.5% or less. So even if you lose 3 trades that day, you're still not even down 1%. Will it take a little bit longer to pass your challenge? Absolutely. So if you're trying to fly through your challenge and pass in a day, a week, you have to understand the risk that comes with that speed at the end of the day. So stop looking at the goal so much as what you're willing to take as a loss. And that's when you have the peace of mind. Because what's going to mess you guys up real quick is how frustrated or angry you get at yourself, the educators, Akashx. The only way you won't get in your feelings is when you stop putting that much risk that triggers your feelings. If you keep the risk at a point where you take a loss and it doesn't bother you, that's how you know you have a decent risk. And over time, as you make profit, if you want to up your risk, fine. But if you haven't taken a trade yet, if you're in drawdown, etc., take it easy, start small, and scale your risk into the confidence levels that you have. That's what I would say.
Beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'll add one more quick thing there too. I love what you said, that Rich guy. That makes sense, and that'll probably answer a bunch of other questions here too, right? It's really that part of rushing it, guys. It's consistency. So the majority of people on prop firms actually don't pass at all. The majority, and then those that actually pass it, I can't remember the percentages, right? But when you pass phase 1, you're actually now more likely to lose it in phase 2, even though it's less of amount. Like you made 10%. But actually making 5% right after 10% for the majority of that don't have the proper mindset, proper plans, they fail in phase 2, the majority. And it's for that mentality of like, oh, I did 10%, easy. Let me go ahead and double, triple my lots. I got this. And next thing you know, gone. Then after that, even a higher percentage of people that pass phase 1 will lose the account once funded. And why is that? And it's consistency, guys. How long does it take for you to get used to something? Scientifically, everybody knows that, right? 90 days. Where you go to the gym, you run, you do this, you do that, 90 days. You gotta wake up early. After 90 days, you're done. So do you want to actually get consistent and get used to getting up every day and used to hitting TPs and used to having this for years? Or do you want to just law of polarity catch you up? You're going to phase it in 2 days to what? Lose it in 2 days. So it's about consistency, guys. It's about the long run that we're talking about here at that point and what you're doing. And that's what prop firms are beautiful for. They could go ahead and provide you with that for the long run, so where you could build your own and everything, but it's just the consistent side of things. That's the most important thing. So yeah, I love that. The 0.3% is great, Armin. I usually tell people, hey, do it at 0.5%, because you would need 20 bad days in a row if you're risking 0.5%, which, knock on wood, it's never happened in Akashx for the last almost 2 years. Like, to have 20 bad days in a row, it just hasn't happened. And it's when you look at it that way, that looks amazing. But the problem is like, okay, well, then how long is it going to take me to make? Probably 10, 20, maybe a month. Oh no, I need it tomorrow. And then we go right back into that circle, right? But yeah,
And bro, you know what it is for me? People I know a lot of people are gonna get hurt by this, but people never touched a 100K account. They come here, they get a 100K funded account, bro, and we tell them 5%. They're like, that's not enough though. It's like, my friend, you had $1,000 in your account, you try to double it in a month, you blow it. Perfect. You have 100K now. You're telling you make 5%, that's 5K. You understand what I mean? But that's a full-time income, bro. So 5% a month and 100K matters, bro. You know what I mean? But if you can't practice that in 25K account, if you can't make that happen in a 25K account, in 100K, I promise you guys, it's impossible for you guys to handle. And the stress comes with it. Like, I know, Rich, Brent, the guys, it's not easy. Like, calling out the trade for all of you guys, knowing everyone's money is dependent on you, is not easy. So understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I haven't had people come trying to like stab me or anything yet, but I mean, you know,
yeah,
it's pressure. It's pressure.
Rich, bro, we are highly protected, brother. Highly.
Nah, we win in trade, so we don't got to worry about that. But all right, we got some more questions here. I'm also like messaging some of the questions here that are like simple ones here.
Dude, shout out to Rich.
Keep it
You've
rolling.
been amazing this whole session, bro. You've been holding it down.
Delivery. Is the
Let's see
promo
what else.
still in the next, or expecting another one, sir? Is the promo still on, or when the next one? So this one,
No, this one is done. We work every single day.
He's like,
We gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah, I gotta stop you right
Look,
there,
look,
Harvin. I
Hey,
gotta
look.
stop
Right.
you. I gotta save you.
Listen,
We're broke.
listen.
I gotta save you, bro. I gotta save you.
my birthday is September 1st. And
Oh,
September 1st
party.
and September 1st is a very important day for Akashx. That's all I'm gonna
We're
say.
about
okay,
to
let's just say this.
party.
Let's just say this. If you guys have wanted to build your business, build your online business, I promise you guys, September is gonna be it's gonna be a cheat month. That's what I'll tell you guys. It's gonna be a cheat month. So that's all I'll tell you guys before I get fired. But
Yep.
yeah.
September 1st, so what's going to happen is all the people that today you said, man, I'm not going to tell them because they're just going to tell me I'm crazy. They're about to send you a message on September 1st and be like, yo, have you heard about Akashx? So think about it. You got a couple days still to hurry up and crush it too.
And
for
I
sure.
mean, you know what I love here, bro? Like, I'll tell you guys, the culture we are building right now is super strong. All right. And as educators, I was talking to Brent and Rich, like, we want people to look at us on social media, on XYZ, and be like, I don't know what these guys are doing exactly, but I want to be in that team.
Yep.
You understand? So we have to give that image out, right? I know this is not a business call, but I truly believe, like, that's why, like, we all are united when it comes down to educators. I always tag Brent, Rich, they always tag me, and you all should make sure we do the same thing, because at the end of the day, it's so much bigger than you, me, Rich, Brent. Like, it's a whole vision we are running towards. So we have to run as a community. And you guys know, as far as support goes, we got you guys 100% covered. Let me tell you guys one thing: no one in the industry, no company in the industry has a chat with all the educators in it. I'll just tell you guys that. And sometimes, bro, Rich and Brent, I don't know if you guys know this or not, people take it for granted, bro. People take it for granted. Because, bro, back in my previous teams, I never talked to nobody.
Oh, I know.
When we opened one chat for 20 days, guess what? Everyone was active. Everybody. So now people are like, it's there anyways. Brent is there. Rich is there.
Yeah.
So, and who's to say crypto is going up, forex is getting bigger, Akashx is getting bigger. Who's to say the price for the packages is not going to change? Who's to say to enroll 2 to 3 years from now on is not going to be 1,500? Who's to say that?
Yep.
So you guys will not have that.
So guys, real quick, the last thing we were going to cover here is our 3 and free program for those that are brand new customers that want to make sure that you can not just make money, but save money as well. Because part of making money is also not spending it where you don't have to, right? And so with Akashx, we have a way to actually leverage not just your personal results, but the results of the entire community to show people the power of what we have right here. So for example, Armin, what was like one of your last crypto plays and like how much did it do? I know that you had like a sell.
Bro, you know what's funny? In Matic, I had a sell. And right now, I actually just checked it. I updated TP1 only yesterday, but we had a big meltdown in crypto. We talked about it in my session. And that's the beautiful thing, man. We know when it's going to melt. We know when it's going to go up. So right now, I'll just quickly share my screen, show you guys. Bro, this is the trade we took on live. And it's currently running at like an 130% profit. So
130%.
130% in profit.
So if you guys had like $1,000
and
you'd be up like $1,000 something dollars.
Yeah.
In one opportunity from just Armin. All right. Brent today had a target of like over quadruple to 1 of your risk, right, Brent?
Yeah, it risked 300 pips. We made 3,000 in total for all 4 TP.
Yeah. And then I had a trade that was a 500 pip risk today that ran for over 2,000 pips. So between each, just the 3 educators that are talking to you right now, the last 3 trades, you would have been at 8. If you would have risked 1% with Brent's trade and my trade, you would pass your challenge. And if you'd taken Armin's crypto play, you would have doubled your portfolio in crypto. I'm just telling you because some of you guys are waiting for you to become great traders to share this with your sister, mother, coworker, da-da-da. Like the winning is happening right now. Now when you're ready, it's happening right now. So if you sleep on sharing the opportunity, they're going to hear from us. They're going to hear from somebody else. So if you want to go 3 and free, stop trying to become an expert. Just become the best copy paster, become the best promoter of the people that already have the results. I guarantee you, if you put these people on our 3 sessions, I'm not even talking about the rest of the roster, they're going to make money, but you have to grow the belief. Like have some belief. I want to say another word, but I'm going to just say belief. Like have some belief because September and the rest of this year, like this brand is going up. So if you don't at least go 3 and free, it's because you're scared. And if you join this platform, it's not just to make money, but it's to become the best version of yourself. And that does not involve the word scared. If you're scared money, don't make no money. You've heard that before, but like act like it when you're in Akashx. Because you have a great team of just educators. I'm not even talking about the leaders. So 3 and free, guys. I mean, we're not going to go into a whole training on how to go 3 and free, right, guys? We're not going to go into a whole training on that. Just get together with your leaders. Like if somebody in your team has gone 3 and free, they know what it takes to go 3 and free. Talk to them. Your 1K leaders, your 5K leaders, your 10K leaders, etc. There's plenty of them. If you don't have one that you know, there's plenty in the chats. Guys, trust me, you can go 3 and free without having to show $1 of profit just from the vibration, the energy, and the results that the community has right now. But take advantage of it, right? The last thing we're going to talk about, because we've been on here for a while, is the importance of getting to the next event. This is an event in itself. It's just a virtual one. But I'm going to tell you right now, Armin, Brent, myself, we have attended and hosted and been a student of multiple events in the past half a decade plus in this industry. And I firmly believe that's why we have the positions we have right now.
Facts.
It's because we got around successful people. So real quick, I'm going to show this video because we are all going to be at this event in like a week and change.
Yes, sir.
I had to squeeze Brent in there. But
yeah, bro, Brent has to come, man.
He's going. So if you guys are not in Toronto, September 7th, I don't know what to tell you. I know realistically, not everybody has the passports and stuff to do it. But like, if you even have like a whack excuse, delete the excuse. You better have like a serious excuse to not be at Dallas, Toronto, UK, Slovakia, Dubai. There's 5 different zip codes in the next like 30 to 60 days. All right. This is Toronto though.
You guys don't hear the beat, but it's a solid beat behind.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Ready.
Toronto. Ready. It's gonna be a good, event.
Just a little preview.
And then we go have some shisha as a team.
Oh yeah.
That'll be beautiful. But
let's go. But I think we're good. We've been on here for like
bro. I took the easiest part of this call. I swear, I did take the easiest part. But let me ask you guys a question before we hop off. To anyone that attended this call so far, did you guys learn anything today? Did you guys learn?
We'll drop the recordings to the chats. No worries.
Yeah, we'll drop the recordings in the chats. I'm gonna put it on YouTube as well if you guys want to check it out, but we'll put it in the chats.
And then, guys, make sure you all join the chats and go on the chats. Let Brent and Rich know that we appreciate them.
Yeah.
And let's
Here,
get the chat activated. Can we do
let
that?
me do something
Get
really
the
quick, guys,
chat
here, because I
activated.
know everybody's are asking for something. But give me one quick second here. I'm gonna.
I know Noel asked a question about the
Yeah, Noel said I'm
community
waiting
tab,
for
but
my question.
Yeah, no, I got you, bro. I got you. I just didn't. I need to do something really quick here.
Oh, okay, no.
Where Tiffany? Thanks. Okay, here we go. All right, so guys, I'm gonna post one link myself with my name. Nobody else, any other links, don't tap them. This one
Oh,
right
let
here,
me do
guys.
this. I'm just gonna close the chat for
Close it?
everybody. You
Okay,
only. All right.
cool. So this right there is the Akashx official community. That there has a bunch of tabs. The entire community are there. And then right there, you can go ahead and there's a help one. There's Ask the Educators, all that good stuff. So you need to be in that Telegram. Okay. That one for community. And then the one that Rich mentioned that you get the updates when we go live, when there's a new session. If there's a session like this one, it's going to be this one right here. So you need to make sure you're in both of those. Those are the two most important ones that you're going to need to be on. If your team has one, I know that teams have it. There's different chats for building, for this, for that. But as far as the Akashx related, those are must. You need to be in those two. Anything outside of that, it's always good to have more support. But at least these are the two official ones from Akashx, guys. So proximity is everything. You want to make sure you're tapping anything, tap into the events again. An event will do for you what you can't do for yourself. Like literally, you need to be an event either for yourself, for your business, whatever it is. So truly do it, guys. Those that are not building, you're not interested in that, still understand your 3 and free is a cheat code. And I'll close out with that part. 2 tips that I was given years ago by Luis. He's another educator. He'll be there as well. He told me 2 things. Get education, but try to figure out what you need to do to not pay for it. You have 3 and free. There's no way of cheating, guys. So you need to pay for it. So when you remove the fact of, oh, damn, I have to pay next month to still be here, but I really want to be here. I'm learning, but I'm not making enough. Blah, blah, blah. 3 and free. Done. All those voices go away. And now your focus, your subconscious is clear on just learning and improving and doing the skill set because you don't have to pay. So get your 3 and free, even if you don't matter about business. This is what you need to do, right? And then the second tip that I'll give you is don't trade with your money. Now, I'm talking about obviously platforms, TradexMastery, everything, other people's money, but there's an initial interest, the investment you have to do, right? Either I have to go buy my second account, or hey, I didn't come into the promo, so now I have to go and pay $200-300. Don't pay with your money. I don't want you to work an extra hours, pull another shift. I don't want to have to take away from the rent, sell whatever your phone, all that type of. If you have to do it. But I mean, what I mean is that you are in Akashx, you are in My Daily Choice. There's commissions paid weekly and monthly for us to play, show, and tell. Literally show and tell. And I love Rich said that, like, don't wait until your results. You could literally come in and be like, hey, I was caught sleeping, man, but look what the community did. Look, 3,000, 2,000, this, and that. I just started today. Today, I just started, and look what these people have been doing just today alone, yesterday. I'm so excited. It's show and tell. You play show and tell, they come and guess what? We get paid. I never got paid playing show and tell when I was little, but I do now and I love it. So you use that money, and now when you buy your prop firm, you buy your TradexMastery account or you self-fund, that's pure profits. Those 2 things, guys. Do those 2 things for sure. But thank you, obviously.
What a call, man. What a call, man.
Amazing. I'm gonna bother Armin for the recording, bro. You better have this recording to us like in the next 30 minutes.
Habibi. On my eyes. Whatever.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, I appreciate everybody for being on here. I'm glad that all 100 plus held strong. Shout out to y'all because I know it's not like a fun call. Like, you know, this is like a very detailed call, but you're here. So I already know all 100 of you guys are well on your way to success. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Armin, for taking time out of your busy schedules as well to, you know, share this with me and make sure that people are learning, getting paid, etc., etc. I'll see y'all in Toronto real soon.
Let's do it.
Run it up.
Yes, sir. Team, peace.
Peace.